See, this battery compartment just opens with a fraction of a millimetre to spare. Now the EM10s didn't do that. That's wonderful. Yeah, that's just great. So you can change the battery and then put it back on the tripod quickly. Yeah. See, in some ways, I really do like the EM5 Mark III. Because even though it isn't metal, it's got slagged off for not being metal. Maybe it's better. Shouldn't attract the lightning so much. But it's like, these controls are really nice. I like them. Somebody said, oh, they're too stiff. Whereas the ones on the EM10 Mark II are too loose. And these are actually, this is a bit too indented. Sometimes it doesn't press. So some of the EM10s are better than that, in a way. They're a bit obsessed with not catching it. But now it should be a little bit further away from here. This bevel bit shouldn't be there, really. This should be back a bit, and it should be bigger. Maybe this should be a tiny bit to the left, but I mean, basically it's really good, and I like the locking thing as well. I don't usually lock it because it's pretty stiff anyway, but you can lock it, right? This is cheap. The on-off switch is a bit cheapy crap. That they should have spent a few more cents on that to make that feel better. These are okay. They don't feel fantastic, but they're okay. But these are great. And these are fine. And the functionality of the camera is fine. But had this been metal, I think this would have been the best Olympus digital camera ever. Maybe one of the best Olympus cameras ever, because it's just nice. It's more compact than the EM1s by a decent chunk. It's a little bit chunky here, bit more chunky than the EM10s and stuff, but it's just more retro and compact and neat. I mean, you need an Olympus lens on here for it to be really compact and neat, but it's still a very nice camera. It was probably underrated, actually. So if the OM5 is like this, I mean, people really bitched and complained about that. I don't know that that's really fair. They probably should have called it the EM5 Mark IV and had it as an Olympus, and then brought out an OM5 later with more functionality. Brought out a Mark IV of this version, and then brought out the OM5 with the things that people wanted on the OM5, make it as good as an OM1, basically. This is nice though, or almost as good as an OM1. Fewer things, but smaller. But I mean, EM5 Mark III discontinued now, I guess, and probably, sadly, EM1 Mark III also discontinued, and I was really fancied an EM1 Mark III as an ultimate camera, really. I don't need the OM1, really.